Hi everybody. You can see here this is an article which I'm making about PPSimmons. The guy who is behind PPSimmons is Carl Gallups. He's the founder. And this video says Bible says, PPSimmons, that means Carl Gallups is saying that the Bible says Obama is the Antichrist. And he said that in 10 videos. You see here, this is a famous one, very famous one, Obama, the lottery. He says that the lottery drew 666 in Obama's hometown. In Chicago, is his hometown, the lottery drew 666 on the day after Obama's election. That's like that is a miraculous curse. It's sent by heaven. It's a curse on Obama. And he made this big video. It's very, very well made. It's very good. And then he made another video, Obama and the 7 strange coincidences. And he says there, he talks about that 666 lottery draw. Then here is another one, another video by PPSimmons saying that the Bible says that Obama's name, Barack, is an indication that he is the Antichrist. This is another one, same thing. Then he did a very big thing about a Jewish rabbi who had prophesied that Obama is the Antichrist, and so I made this in January. Here you can see the other ones too. So I just made this article now. This one is from July 3rd, 2014. In January, this is a re-editing of an article I made in January. And when I made this in January, it was a big problem because the administrator of PPSimmons wrote to me. And we had a long discussion. We talked like for 3 days back and forth, and he was very friendly, and I didn't argue with him. I was just interested in. I took it as a sign that PPSimmons was interested in what I was doing. Talking about this, my goal was to promote PPSimmons, but they did a good cop and bad cop kind of thing. So they sent this administrator of PPSimmons. He's like the general director, and he talked very nice, you know. And so I guess he understood that I was impressed by these guys. These guys are out in the media and everything, but I'm criticizing. Well, I say that PPSimmons says Obama is the Antichrist, but actually, so what they did at the same time, PPSimmons came out. Carl Gallups went on radio, and he went on 2 or 3 radio shows, and the guys were just acting as sidekicks. He had fed them the questions, so that they were asking him the questions he wanted them to ask them. They said, do you think that Obama is the Antichrist? Because, you know, Carl Gallups and PPSimmons are the spokespersons for Arpaio and Mike Zullo. And so Arpaio and Zullo said, hey, Carl, you know, this is a big problem for us, because if you say that Obama is the Antichrist, well, the Obama people will just make fun of us, and we can't answer if we say that, you know, our Joe Arpaio, they'll just make the headlines like Joe Arpaio is with the fundies who think that Obama is the Antichrist, with the fringe cases, the nut cases. So at the same time as this guy, the administrator, was talking nice to me, he's acting like the good cop. Carl Gallups is an ex-cop, so he was doing the bad cop. He was going on radio and saying, "I don't say that Obama is the Antichrist." He says so in all his videos. It's always the same thing. He says, There's a very fine line. He says Obama has all the traits of the Antichrist. He fits the description perfectly. But I'm not saying he's the Antichrist. I'm saying he's like the Antichrist. He says, I'm not saying he's the Antichrist. I'm saying he's like the Antichrist. So it's this fuzzy reality. He won't say Obama's the Antichrist because he says if I say that, then the birther issue is finished because they'll make fun of us because I'm saying Obama's the Antichrist. But Carl Gallups is not very straight. He's always looking for a news story, and he's constantly making videos about all kinds of. Now he's just doing biblical stuff, but he's not. I mean, if you've got a show and you need new material, you can't just stick and go with one story. So he has done a lot of videos about Obama being the Antichrist, but he's saying Obama looks like the Antichrist. He fits the description, but I'm not saying he's the Antichrist. So he's always on a very thin line, which he's like, it's a fuzzy line actually. And so I made this video and I said, yeah, he's saying that Obama is the Antichrist, and that sent them completely ballistic. They sent the administrator to talk to me on my email, and then Carl Gallups did 2 or 3 videos saying I'm not saying that Obama's the Antichrist. So it's very dishonest. What he's doing is very dishonest, and so I called him out on that. They got very mad, and that was back in January. So I'm just putting it back up again. I mean, because those guys have not answered any of my questions. So we'll see if they're ready to take this standing up. I mean, he's got to stand by. He's got to say clearly what he believes, if he believes Obama's the Antichrist, or if he says Obama's like the Antichrist, but I'm not saying he's the Antichrist. I mean, he's got to be honest. He's got to be honest with us, and he's got to say clearly what he believes, because otherwise, I mean, he's not part of this spiritual battle. I mean, he's stepped down, and he's given up. He's given up. He's like introduced the elements. He's given a lot of fodder for thought for a lot of people, but he's chosen to not go all the way. I mean, you want to go to heaven, that's the way. That's the direction. He started going there, but then he stops halfway and he says, "I'm not saying Obama's the Antichrist." So I mean, you gotta give something up. You can't have it all. You can't have your cake and eat it all. You gotta choose. Either you say it or you don't say it. So that's what this is about. Okay, see you people later. Bye bye.